Governor Newsom is now putting the fight to redraw the state's congressional maps into the hands of voters.
Open your eyes to what is going on in the United States of America in 2025. That's what this is about. We're responding to what occurred in Texas. We're neutralizing what occurred, and we're giving the American people a fair chance.
Why some lawmakers are not on board with the upcoming special election, plus when you should be on the lookout for a ballot.
The Justice Department set to begin releasing files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein today. Why the House Oversight Committee chair is warning that it may be a while before the public can actually see them.
A new report by a UN-backed group is now confirming that parts of Gaza are experiencing famine as the Israel-Hamas war rages on. What the group says is a contributing factor to these severe conditions, and how plans by the Israeli government will likely expand the starvation.
Near record heat on the way for you this weekend and into next week, and you might feel a little muggy on top of that. I'll explain why coming up.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, great day.
We begin this hour with a live look in downtown Fresno. An extreme heat warning is in effect right now, with temperatures expected to reach a high of 106 degrees today. The city will be opening cooling centers, giving people an opportunity to beat the heat. We'll let you know more about that if you plan on stopping by one. Good morning. Thanks a lot for joining us on this Friday, August 22nd. I'm Kim Stevens.
I'm Liz Gonzalez.
And I'm Justin Willis. Thank you for joining us on this, we're calling it a weather alert day, because it's going to be very hot. Probably the hottest day of this current heat wave. But it's not going to cool down much in the coming days. So extreme heat warning in effect. Let's get to it and show you what's going on out there. Current conditions right now, it's, well, 76 already. Winds are out of the northeast at 3 miles an hour. The dew point's at 57. And here's the rest of your day. Yeah, we're going to get hot pretty early today. At 10 a.m. it's going to be 86, but at noon we're already mid-90s there, 95 at that time there, and I think that's our normal this time of year. 5 o'clock it'll be 105 degrees there. Wind speeds up to 7 miles an hour. Should be fairly clear out there, maybe a few high clouds here and there, but otherwise it's just going to be hot out there for you today. All right, coming up next, this next weather maker here, we're throwing in a little bit of mugginess into the mix. I'll explain why coming up.
Well, the stage is now set for a special election. It'll be held November 4th to vote on California's newly proposed congressional maps, a move aimed at helping Democrats win 5 more U.S. House seats in 2026, while countering Texas's ongoing efforts to earn 5 more GOP seats.
They fired the first shot, Texas. We wouldn't be here had Texas not done what they just did. Donald Trump didn't do what he just did.
The Texas House passed its own new congressional map Wednesday at the urging of President Trump. If the California map is approved by voters, it would replace the existing one through 2030. While state Democrats were quick to applaud the outcome and Governor Newsom's stand, others opposed voiced their frustrations.
So how can we stand in this chamber and criticize Texas, Florida, or other states for gerrymandering when we've joined them in the same practice? How can we demand fairness in the courts or before Congress when we're willing to sacrifice it here at home?
With that special election now approved, county elections offices will begin mailing ballots by October 6th. As we've reported, Fresno County Clerk James Koo says his office has already been preparing for weeks. Vote-by-mail ballots must be postmarked on or before Election Day and received by November 12th. There are still a lot of questions. Assemblymember Tangipa says they still don't have clear answers on exactly who drew the new maps or what that special election is going to cost. The previous special election to recall Governor Gavin Newsom cost around $200 million. The Associated Press reports that Maryland and New York are also now apparently open to redraw their maps as well.
All right, well, we're talking about the Texas lawmakers reconvening this morning after adjourning yesterday without voting on the Republican redistricting bill. The Senate vote is the final legislative hurdle for the GOP's plan to redraw the state's congressional maps. If it advances through the Senate in today's session, Governor Greg Abbott's signature will be all that is needed to make the maps official. Now, Democrats are vowing to challenge the maps in a last-ditch effort to stop them from becoming law.
This fight is far from over. We have known that we needed to come back. We have known, now that we know what the courts are thinking, that we have an idea of what they'll do, that our best shot is in the courts. This part of the fight is over, but it is merely the first chapter. The fight for the American way, the fight for the American dream, to live simple but honorable and dignified lives will go on much longer.
Now, here's something that's a little different. California will go through with the vote, no matter what Texas does. The language was changed just yesterday. Democratic lawmakers in Texas stalled the voting on redrawing the maps for 15 days by taking refuge in other states, returning once California's gerrymandered maps were unveiled. Now, let's talk about our big topic today. The heat. Serious, well above 100 degrees. City of Fresno is opening its cooling centers from noon to 8 tonight. And that includes the Ted C. Wills Community Center on North San Pablo Avenue, the Mosqueda Community Center on East Butler Avenue, and the Maxie L. Parks Community Center on East California Avenue. The city's fax bus system will provide free rides along the normal routes to these cooling centers. All you need to do is say, that's where you're going, to a cooling center. Now, if you live outside of Fresno, please check if your community is opening cooling centers as well.
And if your AC doesn't work, you got options, and they're free options too, so take advantage. And here's why you need to take advantage of those options, because we've got a heat advisory here going all over the place here, and extreme heat warnings. First, a heat advisory still in effect for us there today through Sunday morning there. We got temperatures getting up to 105 in a lot of places. And then in Fresno, though, we're looking at a 107 today. So we have an extreme heat warning today through Sunday morning here, and all along the foothill regions on either side of the valley here. All over the state, heat advisory, Northern California, Bay Area, Monterey Bay, San Luis Obispo County still has an extreme heat warning there. No real changes here as this has come on. Everything's kind of happening as expected here. Fire weather warning, we are still keeping an eye on that for you. We got humidity is getting down to about 8% in that region still. And high winds and the heat, all that a recipe for fire danger there. And that's along the Grapevine there. So heading that way this weekend, be mindful of that. Heat advisory there in Southern California and an extreme heat all over the place here as well. But check out the desert regions here. Furnace Creek, 121 degrees with their extreme heat warning there. And Las Vegas, it's actually only going to be 108. Only 108 in Vegas. You'd expect it to be a little hotter there, but hey, they'll take a 108, right? Now, it's going to get a little muggy out there, too, and at times. The dew point's going to be just about the range where you'll start to feel it. It's not going to be crazy, but it's still going to be hot. But also, we're going to see some thunderstorm activity up in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Could feel really muggy up there. Higher elevations on that this afternoon about 2 o'clock. And really, it's about mid-afternoon each afternoon, at least through Tuesday. Really a pretty widespread coverage there of the Sierra Nevada mountains tomorrow. Same deal Sunday there. Rain, thunder, lightning, all possible in those higher elevations, and some of that residual moisture could create some muggy conditions for the rest of us here Monday afternoon and then again Tuesday afternoon there. So things could be a little uncomfortable here for the next few days, at least till the middle of next week. Relative humidity today, it is going to be fairly dry out there. We're at 34% and dropping down to about 15% by the end of the day, and then that moisture takes over and then things will pick up that front. The dew point, that's at 57. That's about where you'll start to notice a little bit of moisture in the air, and with that heat, it could feel really uncomfortable out there. All right, the next 3 days look like this. We're at 107 today, so that is a degree shy of the record of 108. That was set all the way back in 1897. Hopefully that holds steady and we don't set any new records there. Tomorrow we're at 104, no record expected there. Sunday 105, no record there, but still that's very hot out there for us here. You'll notice a little bit of an increase in cloud cover there as that moisture, monsoon of moisture, starts to take effect up in the Sierra Nevada mountains, and a little bit of that getting into the valley. So weather alert day out there for you. Oh, also no real relief overnight. We're going to be in the low 70s, if that, for tonight. Up next, we're going to get a look at your highs and lows across the rest of the San Joaquin Valley for your Friday.
Time is now 5:09. A Visalia church is now at the center of controversy ahead of a major fundraiser hosted by Tulare King's Resources for Life. A conservative commentator will be the keynote speaker, a decision that some are now disagreeing with. For more than 3 decades, the organization has relied on fundraisers to keep its programs running. The nonprofit says it focuses on 3 areas: education, restorative programs, and defense of life, anti-abortion. This year's event will be at Visalia First Assembly Church, where Charlie Kirk will be giving the keynote speech. He is a national conservative figure known for his outspoken views. Executive Director Anne-Marie Payton says that the church is only providing the venue, but opponents see it differently. One flyer circulating online accuses Visalia First of platforming a right-wing Christian nationalist and calls on the community to push back.
You can stand on the corner and protest. That is your right in this country, and I'm grateful for it. But you can also come in and take a look at the resources we're offering everyone in this community. It'd be a better bet. You learn more that way. And the national speaker we have chosen will be perfect.
This is the first time that this fundraiser has drawn protests. The organization says funds raised help sustain everything from preschool programs to grief counseling after miscarriage. Protesters say that's not all they do, so they will be outside making their voices heard. The fundraiser is scheduled for Sunday, September 2nd at Visalia First Church. A counter-protest will be held outside of the church. The State Department now suspending work visas for some truck drivers following a deadly crash in Florida. Why the Secretary of State says this measure is necessary. And a live look now at the silhouette of El Capitan with a slight view of Half Dome in Yosemite National Park. A beautiful sight just before the sunrise. It is 5:11 and 63 degrees there right now, but quite the warm up on the way, as Justin will be telling us. You can find new headlines and the weather forecast on your screen all morning long, even through the commercial break.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.